Hey guys, welcome to episode 11. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about goal setting. Now, some people messaged me yesterday regarding my post and asked me a few questions regarding it. Now, one thing I wanted to add on to yesterday's post was something about doing smart goal setting. Okay, now smart goal setting is a really simple way of looking at every goal you want to achieve. Okay, and it basically means that you're being specific about what you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, when you're going to achieve it by. Is it realistic? Are you setting up for failure, etc., etc.? So, really quickly, SMART goals stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based, right? And I'm going to go into those just now. So, make it specific, first of all. When you think of a goal, make it specific. So, for an example, I'm going to pretend that I want to learn a language as my specific goal, okay? So define it. What does it mean? Is it mean you're going to learn 5 words? Does it mean you're going to be fluent? Does it mean you're going to be talking to a friend in Spain or in South America or something like that? Define what it is that you're looking to achieve and why you're going to do it and how you're going to do it and all the rest of it, and basically make it so obvious to anyone else looking at it that you can't fail, as in there's no room for error. That the goal is what it is, and that is what you're trying to achieve. Okay. M. Can't spell. M. Measurable. Measurable is how you're going to track it, right? How are you going to know where you're at with this particular goal, right? So let's take, learning a language. Are you going to be using an app which kind of like takes, which gives you little sort of markers along the way? Or are you going to be getting a tutor? Are you going to be doing it with a friend? Are you going to be reading a book? But ultimately, how are you going to know when you've got to that point in which you set the goal? So how are you going to know when you're fluent? How are you going to know when you can talk to your friend in Spain? How are you going to know when that particular goal has been reached, right? So long as you know how you're going to get there and how you'll know when you've got there, then that means it's measurable. That means you can keep track of what you're doing along the way, okay? Achievable. It has to be realistic. It has to be achievable. It has to be attainable, right? Make it challenging, but also possible, okay? Now, with this sort of thing, a lot of the time people think of goals, but they're maybe not ready to start them, okay? So make sure you always have everything you need in order to start this particular goal. So, whether you're downloading an app to learn a particular language, or you've got a teacher in mind, or you maybe got the money to pay for the teacher, and also mindset-wise, sometimes you start goals and you're not really in the right headspace. So make sure you're always ready to go and it's achievable. Just be honest with yourself and make sure that you're actually going to be able to do this in the time frame set. So let's say you try and set yourself 6 months. Is that realistic? Are you good with languages? Are you not good with languages? If you do it in a week, it's probably not achievable. But if you do it in a year, maybe it is achievable. So yeah, be realistic about how achievable the goal is, right? Next one, again, be realistic about it. Be honest with yourself, okay? Understand that there's things going on in your life that might come in the way. So for example, let's say you're starting to learn a language. You've also got to factor in life, work, friends, family, everything else that comes with it. So are you going to be able to do 5 hours a week, 5 minutes a week, 5 minutes every 2 weeks? Be sort of realistic about how much time you can actually give this particular goal. And that kind of relates back to it being achievable. So, if you think, I'm going to learn Spanish or French or German or something in 6 months, then but you don't have any time to do it, then that's not an achievable goal and it's not realistic either. So be honest with yourself and really nail down. It's better to set yourself a longer term goal and break it down into smaller chunks and then achieve it earlier than set yourself an unrealistic goal and then be disappointed when you don't, right? So don't set yourself up for failure. And the last one is time. Always set a time limit on everything you do, okay? The reason for this is because it gives you some good pressure. And also it allows you to have a date in mind, like an end goal in mind for when you're going to complete this task, okay? It's so easy to say, oh yeah, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. We all know that expression, but it never ever comes, right? If you say, oh, I'm going to complete this by this date at this time even, make it as specific as possible, then that way you know you've got a deadline. You put pressure on yourself, and obviously it's only yourself that you're going to have to disappoint. But ultimately, being able to put that in context and putting it in your diary, or even tell your friends, put it on Instagram, tell whoever, and have that accountability to actually get it done, believe me, will make you do it, because everything else, your emotions, your pride, your self-esteem will all come into it as well, and it will push you to get that goal done. So when setting goals, make sure they're smart and that stands for being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. Thanks very much. See you guys tomorrow.